No.
It's no use, Joe.
There's a lot of things I didn't understand. A lot of things I'd do different if I could. It's like I think there's a lot of things you wish you could change, but we can't. Some things, once they're done, can't be undone.
I'm the guy, the protagonist, the hero. Every story needs a hero. I mean, who else is better qualified to bask in the adulation of his numerous companions?
I have loved you ever since I've known you, Joe. I couldn't help it. And I tried to show and you wouldn't let me, which is fine. No. But I must make you here now and give me an answer because I cannot go on like this any longer. I gave up billiards. I gave up everything you didn't like. I'm happy I did. It's fine. And I waited and I never complained because I figured you'd love me, Joe.
What's best for Billy? My wife used to always say to me, why can't a woman have the same ambitions as a man? I think you're right. Maybe I learned that much. But by the same token, I'd like to know what law is it that says that a woman is a better parent simply by virtue of her sex?
The stage is waiting. The audience thirsts for adventure. Who am I?
Billy has a home with me. I made it the best I could. It's not perfect. I'm not a perfect parent. Sometimes I don't have enough patience, but I get that he's a kid. I'm there.
What our story needs is an ironic, unexpected event that will propel the hero into conflict.
I'm so sorry, Teddy. I'm so sorry, but I just can't help it.
Anyway, baby, how Teresa doing, you know? Now, I ain't seen her since the funeral. Listen, Mama locked herself out the door, yeah? Can you come let her in? Come on, baby. Let me in, baby. Baby, come on.
I get up in the morning, and then we eat breakfast, and he talks to me, and then we go to school, and at night we have dinner together, and we talk then, and I read to him, and we built a life together, and we love each other.
Alright, so this is episode 3 of the Bull session. I think the lighting's good. I'm not really sure. I double checked it, but didn't triple check it. So, yeah. Before we get started, I have to close my door. Hold on one second, sorry. Before we get started, I want to address something of like the elephant, quote unquote, the elephant in the room. So, Jordan is no longer on the podcast. Don't ask me why, because I have no idea why. No clue why. To be honest, not really sure if I did something wrong or if he wasn't okay with how things were going or, you know, whatever. But I asked him to record last Sunday, the Sunday that we did with Leah, and he just didn't respond. I asked him what time he wanted to shoot. Hold on, my zipper's down. And he just didn't say anything. So I'm not going to jump through hoops and beg and plead him to be on the show. He canceled a couple times before, so if he doesn't want to be on the show, he doesn't want to put that effort in the show, he doesn't want to respond, you know, no big deal. If he would have told me that he wanted to cancel just because of whatever reason, I would have been fine with it. I would have felt a certain way, but I mean, ultimately, I would have been fine with it. So, I also would have appreciated if he just like had told me something. Like if he was like, hey, like, you know, it's taking up too much of my time. Do you mind if I didn't stop doing it? Whatever. I would have appreciated that a lot more than just having to like come to terms with the fact that he's just not going to be on it anymore just by like my own devices, quote unquote. So yeah. I don't know what to say about it. Lately I felt very my connections and my relationships, a lot of them, I feel very weird to me. I feel very like I don't know where I stand on any of them, for one, and don't know just where I'm at in terms of like my friends, for lack of a better descriptor. I'm tired of like putting more effort in the relationships that's not warranted or not reciprocated. That's a big thing for me, is like reciprocating energy or effort or attempt, like an attempt in relationships for me is like super hard to get for me nowadays. I don't know why, but it goes both ways, you know. I've definitely had people recently who I haven't been reciprocative of their relationships, so it's just a really weird thing for me, something that's been on my mind a little, but not much I can do except for move on and you know, keep going. But yeah, I haven't talked to him since that. He hasn't been at work. He hasn't responded to my texts, nothing. So, like I said, I have no clue. I'm left completely in the dark about it. Should have done this before we started, but I forgot. Oh, and I'm making a mess. That's awesome. I just wiped this table down too. So yeah. And this is like has nothing to do with, on episode 2.5, I know I said a lot of things about like how I was unsure and like felt bad about certain the things I did. It's not connected to that at all. So like this on top of that feels bad. But like it's just life. Such is life, I guess. So yeah. Not really much to say about it. I do need my PS4 back though, so. But I let him borrow my PS4, and I don't know. I need to get that back, obviously. So, yeah. I'll have to ask him about that. I'm sure he'll give it back. I hope. I have more faith in him and like society, like humans, I guess, human mankind, that he would. So that's another thing I have to do. But yeah, I'm not really mad at him. More surprised really than anything. But no malice, no animosity. If he wants to be on the show, just any random Sunday as a guest, that's fine. I'd have him on the show. You know, no questions asked. Any Sunday of the year, really. But for now, this will just be me. This will just be, in terms of like uniformity, it'll just be me on the show. These episodes are gonna be, I think the episodes that are gonna be me alone, that are me alone, are gonna be a little shorter. Just because I think I have a little less to say when I'm alone, and this way we can keep them a little more just to the point. Because, yeah, I have a feeling, like I said with Jordan, I said this with Jordan, but like, there's no reason for me to go on for too long if I'm going to do a lot of episodes alone, you know, so. I'll try to keep these ones to like 30, 45 minutes, keep my eye on the clock, so. I think I said this last time, but I'm really into watches right now. I just got this watch. It's cool, it's a Sinkei. You guys can't see it. And then I got this, I have to get this repaired. This Fossil watch was really cool. You can't see the color. It's like silver, and then the face is like purple. They're really nice purple, like a deep purple. Then I have this gold Casio that like a lot of people have. And then Leah has one of my watches. It's just like another Casio, but it has a black band, and it's analog instead of digital. I don't really like digital watches, but yeah. So this is like the gold digital Casio that a lot of people have. But yeah, really into watches lately. What else is going on? Oh, let me go back. So I don't know what I'm doing for the intro of this video yet. I wanted to do like I know what I want to do for the visuals, but I don't know if I just want to like play a song. This is really dumb. I don't know if I just want to like play a song. Let me not do that. Or do something else. I really enjoy. That was probably dumb. I really enjoy like, I don't know if you guys know, there's this genre of TikTok that's like it's like a slideshow trend where it's like a collection of pictures. Normally like they're sad in some way, and then the audio was like super sad. I really like some of those. So I think I might do something like that. But the thing is like when people do that, it's like other people's audios in terms of like one of them is like this LeBron speech that he has about him and Kyrie, and it's fucking so visceral. Like I think it was from his podcast, and the fact that he just comes up with it like on the spot on his podcast, like his words, and like I just love that. I love that sound, that audio, that speech that he makes. Or what's another example? So there's one with like T-Mac. This one's like more of an edit. It's not a slideshow. But there's one with Tracy McGrady, like talking about how like he says like, oh, this team made it as far, or this team makes it as far as I bring them, and this is where I brought them. And he's like, maybe I could have made an extra play, grabbed an extra rebound, but I tried. And it's just seeing like a grown man come to terms with his like his life's effort be all for naught, in a sense, is super interesting. There's another one with Cam Newton where he talks about how like he just wanted to play the game, like he hated the media, and it's like the interviews are just super cool. I'll if I remember, I'll try to link some. I really like that like genre of media creativity. I don't know, video. I don't know. It's really interesting to me. But yeah. So like I wanted to make one. So some of them are like real, like those are real, right? And then some of them are like sounds of just like actors in character in movies, just like being mad. Like there's the there's like a Patrick Bateman one. So yeah, I wanted to make one like in between, I guess, like sort of like definitely playing it up, but like sort of like an interpretation of like where I'm at in terms of my mind, or like maybe like a vent of like a frustration. But I just don't want to. Yeah, we'll see what I do for the intro. If I don't do that, then I didn't do it, obviously. But it's something that I've thought about, that I'm thinking about doing. So yeah, I know what the visuals are gonna be. But yeah, what else? A lot of new games coming out that are pretty exciting, actually. So I just bought Dead Rising 1 and 3, and then I bought Leah 2. No, 1 and 4. I bought 1 and 4, and then I bought Leah 2. So me and Leah have been playing 2 a little. We played it like a lot, 2 days, and then we kind of slacked. Just because it's a game that you want to like sit down and play like for hours. It's kind of hard to like play like a mission and then stop. It's just the way the gameplay loop works that it doesn't kind of incentivize that kind of gameplay, that kind of playtime. But so I've been really enjoying Dead Rising 2. Well, since I was enjoying it with her, I bought Dead Rising 1 because I've never been him on my own. If you guys don't know, it's just like a game about a zombie outbreak in a mall. It's like a kid's fantasy in a way. But yeah, so yeah, we were playing 2 together, and playing it like made me think about 1, and then I remember seeing like my brother beat it, my cousin beat it, like watching them beat it. So then I was like, I should play it, like I should beat it. So I bought it because it was on sale for November for like the Black Friday, Thanksgiving, Cyber Monday thing. So then I bought that. Excuse me. So this is Dead Rising 2, just like the intro of it, just playing, just because it was just whatever I thought about. But yeah, I want to be start playing Dead Rising 1. New WoW expansion came out, I think yesterday or very recently. And then something else. Oh, new Need for Speed comes out. Those are two big things that like I have my eye on. Is the new WoW and the new WoW expansion and Need for Speed. So the thing with Need for Speed is I think it's fun. Like I'll have a lot of fun with it, but I don't know if it's worth $70. That's the only thing. WoW, I don't have a problem with WoW. I enjoy WoW. The thing is, it's like World of Warcraft. If you guys don't know, I called it like WoW like 6 times in a row. I just realized. The thing is, I don't really enjoy subscriptions, and I don't really have time to grind like that. Because I'd probably make a new character. I wouldn't really want to play Organar, my Resto Shaman. Even though I'd probably play Resto Shaman still, I'd just play like I'd probably play a troll. Can trolls be shamans? I'd probably play a different class. Tauren is cool, but I'd probably, or a different race. I'd probably play a different race. Like maybe a new race or something. But anyways, so yeah, so the thing about WoW is I'll have a lot of fun, and I have a couple friends. I have a friend Jack who will like play it non-stop. Like he'll be on that game, so I'll always be able to play with him. And then I have my friend John who kind of like pseudo mentioned it to me, so I don't know if we'd play a lot, but it would still be cool to like talk to him about it, or even like play every now and do a dungeon with him or something, you know. Or even like I have this thing where like I can play. I like talking to people who play the same game as me just to talk to them about the game. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like, I love FIFA, but I don't really like playing. Like, playing other people in FIFA is fun, but like, I would love to just play FIFA, like, on my own career, and then have someone else play FIFA on their own career, and then just have us talk back and forth about it. Like, that stuff is sick. But I think to me, it's more like just because, like, I have these super weird games that I sink like way too much time into that a lot of other people don't. That on top of the fact that like I get annoyed super easily and shit like that. So I'm trying to think of like another example of that. I'm sure there are some more. I'm sure there are. Let me think of another one. There has to be some more. Like I haven't experienced this, but like if I could play The Binding of Isaac and have someone else play, like, and just talk to me about their run while I talk to them about my run. That's sick. Like, I love, like, stuff like that. I'm trying to think of, like, another, like, when that has happened. What, or, like, where I can relate that to. God, bro. There has to be something. There's something I know, for sure. Well, for example, like, this isn't the same, but when me and my brother used to, like, share this little, like, loft area, just because, I mean, when we all lived together, like, me, my brother, my stepdad, or not my stepdad, my stepmom, and my dad, it was the two of us, and then the two of them, and then 6 kids, you know. So me and my brother, and then my 4 half siblings. So like we were all in, like, me and my brother were like in this little loft corner, and it was super cramped. Like we couldn't really do very much because, like, in terms of like privacy or anything like that. But we would like. So I was in the corner on my laptop at the time. I think my PS3 too. Yeah. And then he was on his Xbox at the time playing Destiny 1. I remember this like vividly. And I would like love like playing stuff, and then every now and then like just turning around just to see what he was playing. Like I don't know what it was, but there was something about that was like so sick that I liked about that. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. There has to be something. I know there's like vividly. There's like an experience like this. But I don't know. It's also like a big thing. Like I just don't have people that I talk to like that anymore. Like, I remember, like, back when I had Skype and stuff, and even, like, the early days of Discord, like, we would just talk to each other, like, just, like, non-stop, just to talk to each other, but I feel like times have changed. Maybe times have changed, people have changed. I mean, we're definitely busier, but, like, I spend a lot of time alone on my computer, you know? I don't really, not really in Discords that much, not really talking to people that much. If I am, it's, like, because we're playing something. When, like, back when Discord first came out, back when I was younger, really, we used to just be in Discord just to be in Discord, like, just to talk to each other. And I think we've kind of lost that, which is shitty, but, I mean, I don't know. It's not, you know, not much you can do about it or anything, so. It's just something I think about, I guess. But yeah, that's what I miss. I remember, this was so long ago, one time on Skype, it was always this weird little bit where, like, let's say, like, you get introduced to a friend, and then, like, your friend from a friend, like a friend from a friend, and your friend is like, oh, I'm about to get off, and then the guy you just met is like, oh, I'm gonna be on for a while, and then you're like, okay, so now what do I do? So there are times when, like, I've stayed and been in an awkward situation and been like, God, this guy's so cringe. But there are also times, like, I have memories of, like, this guy Patrick, but, like, we used to hang out, like, every night. Patrick Sadej, like, we barely knew each other. We were friends with a friend, and then we, like, would hang out, like, every night, for, like, not even that long, like 2 or 3 weeks maybe. And then one day his computer bricked, and I just never knew, you know. But yeah, I remember that vividly. Yeah, we used to do the same thing, like, I used to do the same thing with other friends, but people I'm, like, not friends with anymore. But yeah, it's just people are just busy. I feel like everyone is, like, so locked in to their own thing, you know. It's so surprising that, like, I don't know, so surprising that people, like, watch podcasts, you know. So surprising that this is, like, such a big thing. But I don't know, it's an interesting thing to think about, I guess. Yeah. Give me 1 second. My phone is low on storage. I have to make sure it's recording. So give me 1 second. We're good. Oh, I didn't say this. So going back to, like, you know, Jordan's not on the show anymore, obviously. So if anyone watching the podcast, and I'll post a little clip of this on Instagram or TikTok or something. If anyone in the West Palm area would like to be on the podcast, anyone outside the West Palm area, we could try to get some fucking really weird Discord shit going. But if anyone, you know, in the West Palm area wants to be on the podcast, you guys are more than welcome to. Just let me know. Reach out to me. Just know, like, we're recording it out of my room. It's kind of scuffed. It's not the most professional environment, you know. So just know these things going in. And I don't have to know you. You don't have to know me. I think that it'd be cool to do that. Like, just have a podcast with someone that I didn't know much about. But if anyone wants to be on, I would gladly have you on. I think any guest would be cool to have on. I really enjoyed just learning and talking to people. I think human experiences are really cool. I know that's, like, a universal thing, but if anyone wants to be on the podcast, like, you guys are more than welcome. Just let me know, and we just have to film on Sunday, and then it'll come out the next Sunday. If Sunday doesn't work, we can figure out a day. Like, today, it's not Sunday because I was honestly putting on this podcast. I feel like I feel like when Jordan was on the podcast and it was like, okay, we're gonna do this every Sunday, I was like, God, this would be so much easier if I was alone. But that was just because he was canceling so much. And then he's gone now, and now I'm like, I don't even want to do this show. Like, a part of me, like, wants to just give up. Not even because I don't think that I'm pulling, like, I know I can't say this enough. I've said this too many times, I feel like, at this point. I'm very appreciative of the people who watch, and the people who do watch, I, like, watch. You know, they've watched every episode. It's not like they watch, like, a little snippet or, like, just the intro and then leave or anything like that. But a part of me wants to give up more just because now I have no reason to keep going, you know. Now I have to push myself to keep going. Because I think it's easy to be like, oh, well, I have to keep working on it and keep doing it because I'm working for someone else as well, you know, working towards someone else's, like, product as well. So now doing it alone doesn't discourage me. It maybe unmotivates me. I think discourages is like, more like, discourages is more severe, more like putting down. I'm more unmotivated than I am discouraged, you know. Yeah, I would say that. Because it's not that I don't want to do it. I'm just like lazy now. Because now it's like whenever I want to do it on my time. I don't have to set a schedule and whatever. But yeah. So yeah. Anyways, back to what we were saying. If anyone wants to be on the show, you guys are more than welcome. Any Sunday or whatever. As I said, if you want to do it in person, if you live in the West Palm area, that would work. Honestly, if you live like within an hour radius of the West Palm area, I will drive to you and bring my laptop and 2 mics, and we will try it. We'll go somewhere where the audio is not horrible, and maybe the lighting won't matter as much if it's impromptu, but we'll do it. We'll try our very hardest, and it'll be posted. You know, I'm not gonna. The only reason I wouldn't post something is because someone decided against it being posted, but we'll do it. So just let me know, whoever wants to. Yeah, and if you guys are even further, we can put it on I'll put you on a little list on my notes, and we'll get to it someday eventually. Let's see what else. I cooked chicken yesterday, and it came out really good, actually. Oh, well, another thing, if you guys want, I mean, if we can really try to do like a Discord podcast thing. If you have like a webcam and even somewhat of a decent mic, it doesn't even have to be good. You just have to know how to like record your voice, which isn't hard. I'm sure you guys could do that, but or I could show you how to do that. It's not hard at all. Just like I just don't want like a horrible mic. A bad mic is like an okay mic, you know. I just don't want to hear static the whole time. Because even my mics aren't amazing or anything, but you can make okay mics sound good if you know what you're doing, or sound like not dog shit, I'll say, because this mic doesn't sound great. I know that. But it sounds passable, you know. But yeah, let me know. Let me know. That would be really fun. Because a plus about Jordan leaving is like I had to delay and like think about like, okay, should I get a mixer and like some input in mics and like do all this stuff and figure out how mixing works and do all that. Would have been too much work, or would have been a lot of work. So now that he's gone, I can just record with 2 mics. I have it down to a science now, recording with 2 USB in mics. All you have to do is like use an ACO driver, and then you use separate channels. I don't know why I'm saying this, just it doesn't matter. Basically, it's complicated, but once you get to know it, it's like you know it. But yeah, let me know if anyone wants to be on, and I'll have you on. Last week was a lot of fun. I enjoyed last week's episode. It was good. My bad about the intro. The intro was a little longer than I remembered. And then I rendered it, and so I edited and rendered that on Sunday, the Sunday that I posted it. That's why I posted it late Sunday, because it was like uploading, rendering, uploading. And like I had rendered it, I started rendering it at like noon, at like 12, and it didn't end until like 5. And it wasn't even a long video. I don't know why it took so long, but regardless, and then I had seen, I didn't cut like the intro down enough. So then I was like, well, I can't render this again. If I render this again and it takes another 5 hours, I'm not gonna be able to post it tonight on Sunday. I want to be able to post them on Sunday. Like the one that I did alone, I posted on a Saturday and just had it premiere on Sunday. So which was cool. I had it scheduled to upload on Sunday, which is how I want to do it. But sometimes time doesn't match up, or I get lazy. So, yeah, for that last Sunday, I'm sorry about the intro. It was a little longer than I wanted to be. Most of it was okay. The only things I would do is I would cut the very beginning. It's like 50 seconds long, when it can just be like 20 seconds. I just wanted to keep it raw as to when like she gets in the car, and then when I'm talking to my old manager, like I could just cut that down like half the time, and just cut the text down half the time. Just little things that I want to acknowledge to say like I understand like if you have those good, or like what I would do to change those. But yeah, so now I'm gonna try to post on Saturday, and then or upload on Saturday, and then have them posted on Sunday, have them release on Sunday. So yeah, it was, like I said, it was tough to start recording today, because I was gonna put it off until like Friday or Saturday, and then try to edit it and post it Sunday, and that's just not a smart thing to do. So I'm glad that I'm recording it now. It's almost been 30 minutes already, damn. But yeah, what else? I'm really excited about my car. We're doing little things to it that I've wanted to do for so long. Me and my dad. We're taking the tint off. I'm so glad. The car would look so clean without the tint. So clean. I'm so excited to get the tint off. And then yeah. Then I just have to wait. I'm just saving so I can buy new suspension, and then once I get a new suspension, car's done. Oh, well, I have to roll my fenders too. So rolling fenders, new suspension, then that's it. So, yeah. That's really all that's going on though. Like in terms of like what I'm on, I want to finish the new shenanigans. So there's a little hang up on the new shenanigans, and it's because for the intro, I have like, it's like a sniper oriented bit, and I haven't had time to play like COD, or like there's some Fortnite clips in the intro, and I haven't had time to play Fortnite or anything. Not that I haven't had time, I think I just haven't chose to. I've been spending more time with Leah and stuff, so yeah. What else? Oh yeah, I cooked chicken yesterday, and it was good. It wasn't that dry, white breast, like chicken breast, boneless chicken breast. It was pretty good. I was pretty proud of myself. Yeah, I overcooked the rice. I have mushy rice, but other than that, it's good. I burned my foot, so like kind of bad. At the time, I was like, oh, whatever, and I moved on. But like, it was kind of bad. It's kind of bad now. So like, I had chicken like in a pan, and then I had it like covered, and I took the cover off, and I was like this, and it was over my foot, and I was like, and I had these mesh shoes on, bruh, and the water went right through my mesh, burned the fuck out of my foot. So I was like, that was me. And Lee was like, oh, put ice on it, okay. Which I did. It probably would have been worse if I didn't. So yeah, it was like there was like a little bubble. Yeah, it's bad. It's not horrible, but I'll probably feel it when I work at Publix tomorrow. I'll probably be like, God, dog, bro, this shit hurts. But yeah, I bought some more Hot Wheels too. I have too many, bro. I have way too many. What else is going on? Yeah, that's really it. Once this ends, once I'm finished recording, I'm gonna play Dead Rising 2 or Dead Rising 1. I've been wanting to play so bad. I don't even have the first quest. Like, that's how early I am. And then in Dead Rising 2 with me and Leah, we just got the queen. Like, so we're in chapter 3. So early. Also, I might have cheated in our run of Dead Rising 2. Not like cheated bad, but okay, so like there's this survivor and he needs Zombrex. If you don't know, Zombrex is like an antidote, a cure for it's like a temporary antidote for for turning into a zombie. But you have to have one every day, right? So, and like there's a storyline where like your daughter is infected, and you have to give her Zombrex every day, right? So because your daughter's infected and you have to give her Zombrex, also because Zombrex cures the fucking infection, it's this massively scarce and wanted thing in the universe, right? So it's really hard to find, basically is what I'm saying. So you can buy it from like these pawners, from these like what are they called? Basically these people in the mall who have like looted. They're looters. They've like looted things from the mall and they're selling them with money, which doesn't really make sense because money shouldn't have that much value in an outbreak. But anyways, the point's not there. So it's like a ridiculous amount of money that like you can't get, and like a survivor needs it. So a survivor is just a random guy you pick up and bring back just for XP, really. So I had already given the Zombrex I had to Katie, my daughter. I think her name is Katie. And so I didn't have any, but this guy needed it. So I just cheat engined some currency in, some monies in, and I just bought that bitch. And Leah didn't even know. Leah was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing, I'm just looking at Twitter." I tabbed out. She was like, "What are you doing?" Or she didn't say it like that. She was like, "What are you?" She was like, "What are you doing?" Because she literally didn't know. I was like, "Nothing. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I don't know if this is gonna work because we're online. So like, most times when you try to cheat into something online, it breaks. But it held up. Well, okay. Well, let me disclose this also. So at first, I had just changed the number of like my cash to what I needed to buy it, which was like 25,000, which isn't a lot in the game, but for where we're at, it's a lot, right? Because I had like 15, so I changed my money to 25,000, right? And then I bought it, and then I was like, well, if I already changed, I mean, I already cheated, you know, I could just change it to like 999,000, and you know, we could move on with our day. So that's what I did. After I changed it once, I was like, you know, if I punch the number once and get away with it, I could just do it again. So, I mean, you know, who's gonna stop me? So yeah, it's my money in Dead Rising 2 is cheat engine, if anyone cares. But I don't understand how you're supposed to save him. I guess if you collect enough money, you can definitely save him by doing what I did, just not without cheating. But even then, I don't know. But I don't even know how it works, because why do you give him Zombrex if you have to give it to him every day? So I have to go back and get Zombrex, give him Zombrex along with Katie every day? There's no way. It's also funny, Leah actually noticed this. She was like, there's this guy, I think his name is Sullivan. He takes you into like the safe house in Dead Rising 2. And he's like, oh, don't bring any infected back. Because he doesn't even want you to like go out to find survivors, I guess. He just wants you to hold out for the military. He's like, oh, don't bring any infected back. And then Leo was like, didn't you say you weren't going to bring any infected back? So, I thought that was funny. Or, yeah, interesting. But, yeah. It's a fun game, though. Dead Rising 2, I would say Dead Rising 1 is the best game in terms of, like, just as a game as a whole. I would say it's the best. Dead Rising 2, well, I've only played 1 and 2. Disclaimer, I've only played 1 and 2. 2 is, I would say, has better gameplay and game feel. No, better gameplay. Because I feel like the game feel is like, it's a little cheapened. The satisfaction isn't as much in 2. But then again, I haven't even beaten 1. I think I beat 2. Yeah, I beat 2. Because at the end, you do the... yeah, I beat 2. I don't want to spoil it because Leo might be watching. So, but yeah, I beat 2. Like a long time ago, I think with Albert. But yeah. I think that's it. I think that's all I got for today. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Sorry if I seem a little down. It's not that. I'm just the whole Jordan thing is like really, it has messed with me a little. Cause it's not like, oh, he didn't respond to me, whatever. Like, no, like he hasn't talked to me since I asked him when he wanted to shoot. This Sunday I recorded Leah's episode. So I recorded that the Sunday before it came out. So let me see when that was. Because it came out, let's see. So it came out, oh. It came out 2 days ago, November 27th, right? So I messaged him the 20th. I texted him the 20th, and he hasn't responded. He hasn't said anything to me. No happy Thanksgiving, nothing. Since the 20th. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know how you can. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Like I said. But yeah, that's all I have for this episode. I don't want to drag it on for longer than it has to be. I've said what the things that I wanted to talk about, and that's really it. I think maybe in the future, maybe eventually, we'll do a podcast where I like play something and talk over it. But the thing is like I want it to be as like when I play something, I'll like get sucked in. You know, I'll start focusing too much, so I can't really do that. But we'll see. I'm just thinking out loud now at this point. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support. Appreciate all of it. Yeah. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Hope you guys have a good week, and thank you. Bye. I don't know why I said bye, but whatever. Oh. You guys like my shirt? It says... Hold on, I'll come up there. It says, remember the Alamo. What do you guys think? This angle is probably horrible. I think it's cool. I like the color. I dropped some mics hard. You guys can't even hear me. What am I doing? Yep. Alright.